What's up, everyone?
Hi, friends.
It is Nick and Kelly from the Karate Playbook. And yeah, my lovely wife Kelly is joining us again. She did a video just last on how to stretch, especially for kicking and stuff like that. Just ways to torture our body and get our legs a little bit more flexible.
That guy.
Yeah, exactly. Now, at the end of that video, we said that we were just gonna jump right into it, and that's what we're doing. We're getting into how to throw a head kick and how to set it up properly. Alright, so in this video we're going to cover 5 different ways to land a head kick. Now some of it is going to be pretty self-explanatory, it's pretty basic. We will have timestamps down in the description if you want to either skip forward or if you're watching this a second time or like a 50th time and you want to get a certain drill or jump to a certain spot. So anyway, as we start out, we're going to be working mainly on round kick and hook kick, but you can always change up and use these concepts for what you like to do. So we're going to jump right into the first one, which is something we actually did a video on a while ago. A lot of people call it a question mark kick. We just called it round kick because it's how we always had done it. But instead of throwing a round kick by bringing this knee around really big, I'm actually going to bring it up like I'm throwing a front kick. Now, a couple videos ago we did one on intent. So we want to use some of our intent towards this front kick. So as I'm kicking, I don't want to look up here and make it feel like I'm throwing a round kick. I want to kind of bring my focus in towards her body like I'm going to just front kick through her ribs, and we're gonna let her react. Exactly. So I don't want to do this too fast. So I don't want to go like this and just flick it up to the head. I want to let them get the chance to actually block. So as I bring this up, my knee is going towards this front kick position, and then my round kick is gonna go around to the head. So from this angle, it's just gonna float up and then twist around at the last second, hopefully after they bring those arms down. So just a couple times so you can see it maybe from this angle. My front kick goes in. If you want to, you can throw a couple front kicks first to get them reacting to it. But then after this, we're gonna bring it up and then bring it around to the face and let them eat it. All right, so with that, we're gonna jump into the second one. Now this one is pretty straightforward, pretty basic, but it's something that not a lot of people do. They wanna throw a head kick, so they just throw a head kick. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw another kick first. Ooh. So in that last one, we did like a front kick fake, but I might actually throw a front kick. But this one, I'm gonna throw a hook kick as my primary technique to land. So instead of just stepping up and trying to throw that kick, I'm gonna throw a side kick first. Now the reason we like side kick is that it has a very similar knee chamber to a hook kick, and when I drive this in, it doesn't matter if I hit their body or their arm, it's gonna still not feel great. So the first time I do this, I drive that heel in there and it gets their attention. The second time when I bring this up, they're gonna be a little bit cautious, and then I just throw the hook kick right up there and let it fly in. All right, so our third version now, numero tres, we're going to do a variation on this last one where instead of doing a full side kick, I'm gonna do, we talk about pump fakes a lot in here. And the idea is that if I'm doing a pump fake with my hand, I'm not doing a jab. I'm just kind of pumping this arm out there to make them think about a jab. But with this, I'm gonna pump fake a side kick. So it's just gonna be a little flick like this, just trying to get her to look at this foot. So when I do that, I'm gonna flick this here, and then I have either my hook kick or my round kick after 1, 2, or I have 1, 2 coming up this way, but it's just this little pump. I don't want to throw the full kick and have her push my foot down. Exactly, she's gonna follow up, or I just won't be able to kick because I'll be leaning forward too much. All right, number 4, we're gonna be doing something, sometimes we call it a lofting kick. Right now I'm just calling it a floating kick because I know it's fun, it's fancy sounding. Yeah. So instead of pumping this out there, I'm just gonna lift my knee into what we call the universal knee chamber. We're thinking about doing a video on that too, which is an awesome way to land a lot of kicks without the person knowing what you're doing. But we're gonna bring this knee up and I'm just gonna let it sit here for a second. Now, The important part with this is I needed my knee chamber high enough where they can't just punch me. So I don't want to just bring this up here like this. Yeah, she's just gonna light me up. So I want to bring this knee up so it kind of gets her attention. And her thought process during this is she's trying to figure out what kick I want to do. My goal is to let her decide what, exactly, I'm a nice guy. I'm going to let her decide what she thinks I'm going to do. And then I'm going to throw whatever is not that. So if I bring this up and I load this here, she brings her hands over here, so she was thinking either side kick or round kick. And of course I would throw a hook kick from here. If I bring this up, I hold it, boom, I'm going to let my leg go to the opposite side. And I'll just have to make that decision. Now this one is very difficult, but it's a great one to train, where all you need to do is have a partner who, when you bring this knee up, they're gonna move their hands to one spot or another, and then you're gonna kick to the opposite spot. You can also make it like a chess match, where they have to try to guess what kick you're throwing, and then you have to try to change halfway through. So it's a really great one, especially for advanced belts. I do this all the time. And it does keep you safe. If they are trying to counter, you can just push a side kick in there to stop them as they come in. All right, our fifth and final one. This is the one I do the most, and it is awesome for landing your ura-mawashigiri, or your hook kick. It's pretty simple. I'm not going to try to outthink her because she's my wife, and no matter how hard I try, she's always right.
That's true.
What I want to do is, if I'm going to hook kick, I'm going to throw a back fist first. Now a couple things, couple reasons why. A back fist makes her block the same direction as my hook kick. I know this might sound bad, but after she blocks a technique, what does she do? She brings it back to the spot that it started. So essentially, if she blocks this and brings it back, by the time I'm hook kicking, her hand is going the exact opposite way from my kick itself. So if I go 1, 2, her hand is coming back to the position it was, and it makes it a lot harder for her to block my kick. The other reason this is great is, as I back fist, my personal preference is I open this hand, I turn it, and now I take that hand home with me. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it in my pocket like this, and especially as somebody who might not be always the tallest fighter, I like to use her as a demo person because head kicks are easier. But if, let's say if she was taller than me, I'm going to be able to pull her down and make that head kick easier. So from here, that was a good robot. So from here, I'm going to back fist, and now from here, I'm going to pull, and I like to pull this in as I step up. Hook kick comes right around there. And it is a beautiful day. Now you can supplement this with your side kick. So instead of bringing the hook kick around, just pull it in like a side kick. Kind of like you see in Nijo Shido, where we're pulling this in here. So for those of you, yeah, exactly. Basadai, we have this pulling in. That sort of idea. I'm pulling their arm in, and I'm helping them meet my kick. All right.
Welcome.
So these are the 5 that I use quite a bit. You can play around with them. If you have one that is your favorite, as always, toss it down there. You might tell me something I haven't done before, or you might help somebody from all across the world learn something new. So we appreciate all of you. Yes. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Have an awesome time training. See you in the next video. Peace.
Next time I'm going to piece it and blow it up.